The Oxford English Dictionary describes a fail as a mistake or lack of success in doing something. When it comes to failure, there is absolutely no group of people that do it better than Flat Earthers. Welcome to Flat Earth Fail Compilation 13. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, I'd like to thank the sponsors of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online privacy protection easy and attainable, encrypting all internet traffic sent to and from all of your devices and making sure that your IP address is hidden so no one can see what you're doing online. On top of that, they block ads, trackers, malware and phishing attempts, and unlike other VPN services, you can use it on as many devices as you'd like simultaneously. I personally spend as much time online as I do sleeping, about 6 to 8 hours a day. That is why we should care about our online data. Use Surfshark to encrypt your personal information and send it via a secure VPN tunnel so that no one can see it without your permission, which is great for protecting things like your ID. ID theft is an increasingly scary and common crime. Use Surfshark and its HackLock system so you can get alerts whenever your email address or passwords are compromised. HackLock scans various databases of leaked information and then notifies the user so they can take action. Click on the link in the description or go to surfshark.deal/SimanDan and use my code SimanDan to get 85% off and an extra 3 months free. Right, back to the inevitable fails of Flat Earth, and today we're going to start with the very well known Nathan Thompson. He has devised the first ever Flat Earth game show, a humorous take on the game show Jeopardy. Let's start as his show begins.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Nathan Thompson. This is Geo Party. I want to thank you guys all for being here. Bob, you want to go ahead and pick the first category?
Oh, Bob's there.
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Thanks, Bob. Let's see if we can beat him.
That'd be great. Not sure if you're still here. If not, Earth first, space later, Fishers of Men, one of the moderators, want to pick the first category. Categories tonight are Bible says fools hate knowledge, let me straw man a map, lies in the textbooks, and liars in wires, fools in pools. So lies in the textbook for 100.
Lies in the textbook, hey? Interesting.
Fingers on the keyboard, ladies and gentlemen. According to the globe religion, what causes the seasons of Earth?
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Bob, that's Earth's rotation. Try again, please.
That's an easy T-ball one for you guys. According to the globe religion, what causes the seasons of Earth? And for 100, we're going to give that to The Tilt. Bob, good work.
Better, Bob. Well done.
Next category, please. Bob is in the lead with 100 points. It's going to be a tough one to beat. Dr. Law in the house. Good to see you, Dr. Law. Go ahead and pick it for you. Lies in the textbooks for 200. Thanks for coming in on perfect timing there, Bob. This is today's daily double. So this is worth 400 points, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, double points here, Bob. Come on, buddy. I don't think I've had this much fun since I was a kid and I had on those toy laser guns and I kept making all the noises. Yeah, like that.
Today's daily double. The globe religion claims aphelion is when Earth is furthest from the sun. What is it called when Earth is closest to the sun?
Oh, I know this one. Perihelion.
Aphelion is when Earth is furthest from the sun. What's it called when Earth is closest to the sun? Perihelion. Bob, 500 points.
Beat you, Bob. Now, Bob manages to retain a slender lead throughout. Let's join them as we get to the later stages.
I'm just going to start working from left to right. Bible says fools hate knowledge. Copernicus dedicated this literary work to Pope Paul III in 1543. This is a good one. Copernicus dedicated this literary work to Pope Paul III in 1543, which was 100 years before Galileo was allegedly punished for saying the same thing.
On the revolution of the heavenly spheres. Think there'll be some Googling on that one.
Copernicus dedicated this literary work to Pope Paul III in 1543, 100 years before Galileo was allegedly punished for saying the same thing. Bob says no clue. Must be a good 300-point question. If I manage to stump Bob.
My world has been a lie. Bob doesn't know.
Look it up real quick, Bob. If you don't know it, I doubt someone else in here is going to know it. Earth First Base Slater says, forgot the name.
What in the world was that?
All right, I'll give you one more theme song. If nobody gets it, those points are going to roll over.
No. Let's leave Nathan there today. And by the way, Copernicus was a Polish churchman that wrote his book in secret and it was never published. He was on his deathbed. Galileo confessed his beliefs in front of the Vatican. There's your reason why Galileo was punished and Copernicus wasn't. Right, next up today we have Under No Pressure, who thinks it's game over for the globe. I'm pretty sure that's not a swan.
That is to say, globers do not understand the argument would be an understatement. If the Earth is a sphere and has a radius of 3959p, then every horizon to the distance must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer height in feet cubed.
I recognise that voice. It's Spurs Chemo, a guy who thinks that there is a case to say that the Earth's atmosphere has no pressure whatsoever.
You see, we have an idea, a big idea, an idea so big that it would require your head, plus a scientist, plus a technician, plus a mathematician, and the head of a geodetic server. And even with all of these heads, the idea still may be too big to shoehorn in.
What, that the Earth is flat? That's not too hard to understand, is it?
I propose you, the glober, are confused. You don't understand because you think the horizon is physical.
There is a physical horizon, of course, but what we usually see is not that, it is an apparent one.
It's not. To help you understand where you are going wrong, how you are wrong, and why you will always be wrong, you need to understand turbidity. Turbidity, the quality of being cloudy, opaque, or thick with suspended matter.
Yes, so atmosphere counts. Good, glad we can agree.
Thus, at certain moments of the year, certain distant reliefs are almost always hidden by atmospheric turbidity. Earth to glober, do you copy? The horizon you were measuring or attempting to measure is actually made up of suspended matter. Suspended matter that sometimes obstructs objects bottom up.
Oh yes, because the setting sun is magically blocked by atmospheric turbidity, yet I can see the exact point where the setting sun hits the horizon. Must be magic turbidity.
Suspended matter that will reflect objects given the appearance of refraction or looming. Suspended matter that will never position itself static so it can be calculated from an observer's location. Geometry is now bankrupt. Height to horizon is meaningless. Height of an object beyond the imaginary horizon is redundant.
The only thing redundant here is your ability to argue for flat Earth.
Height of observer is illogical. I repeat, height of observer is illogical.
Oh my days, Spurs, really? So going higher doesn't allow you to see further then? I'm done with this rubbish. Let's move on to the next one quickly. It's old channel foe DITRH. Now he's got an issue with the recent SpaceX launch. Let's have a look, shall we? Right, so no chance you can have clouds on one side of the sky but clear on the other. No chance at all. Beautiful, wasn't it? What's his point? What? Really? Those were not exact opposite views. Question for you, DITRH. How do we know that they're not exact opposite views? Oh, that's going to become a thing. The reason we know is because of the distance between the red and white arrows. If these were on exact opposite sides, the distance between them would be the same. The angle on the top right appears to be a little bit more lined up with that silo underneath the yellow arrow. I cannot believe that DITRH is actually arguing this. Very lazy, buddy. Our final flat earth fail comes from rude Eartha, who's playing around with an accelerometer.
I am back again. I've had to make one more reappearance regarding this matter, as people just don't seem to get my point. This is plumb bob level to gravity. This machine does not think it is plumb bob level to gravity right now. There's the bubble. There's the artificial horizon, as we remembered from my previous videos.
So this vector unit has an accelerometer inside it, much like your smartphone.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my eagle tree vector until I can just get it plumb bob level. Okay, so there, almost, there. Can you see that? It is now operating outside of the gravitational down. It believes that down is on an angle.
Well, not really, because it's just an accelerometer, but please continue.
It just has a parameter. It does not know. It just is set parameters from inside the box. Inside the box. There you go. There it is, look. Boom, boom. Okay.
Yep, all good.
Next point is, I go here. I level gyros to 90 degrees. It is leveled 90 degrees to the centre. It is leveled 90 degrees upwards, forwards, backwards, to its left and to its right.
Please do not do what I think you're about to do.
I now have my unit levelled here in Manchester Airport, and I travel down to South Africa. And you'll know instantly that the artificial horizon shows movement. It's a lot of movement. It's 40 degrees from the UK to South Africa. 40 degrees of movement for this machine to play with, to register as it goes around the Earth's curvature. It does not register curvature. It registers in 90-degree parallel lines from within its centre. That is the simple basis of this. If you don't understand now, there is no hope for you in life, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. You're moving that device around that little globe, proving only that the attitude indicator inside knows where it is. If that was somehow an actual Earth, then the screen wouldn't change because the sensors know where down is relative to gravity. Dear oh dear, what a calamity for today's flat earthers. Flat Earth Fail 13 really was unlucky for them, wasn't it? Well, that brings another episode of Flat Earth Friday to a close. Thank you very much for joining me again. Just enough time to once again thank Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Please click on the link in the description or visit surfshark.deals/SimonDan and use my code SimonDan to get 85% off and 3 months free. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you briefly on Tuesday where the Creaky Blinder is doing a Tinfoil Tuesday special. See you then.